Hi, I'm Bernard Griggs, Project and Diversity Officer for Bucks County, and I'm joined here today by Linda Salley, President and Executive Director of the African American Museum of Bucks County. And we're here today at the Boon Farm at Court Creek Park in Langhorne, Bucks County. Within the next few weeks, the Boon Farm building here behind me will begin to undergo a major historic restoration to become the new future home of the African American Museum of Bucks County. Linda, how exciting is it for you and your team to actually have a place to call home?
This is quite exciting for all of us. A couple of years ago, 3 gentlemen had a dream. They wanted a museum, and I know that they are, even though they're not here today, the team that have worked so hard to bring the African American Museum to Bucks County is extremely excited about having a home. And here we are celebrating Black History Month, but now with a new home, we will be celebrating it every day of the year.
That's really great, Linda, and exciting for everybody here at Bucks County, and we're looking forward to being a part of everything that the museum plans to do in your future endeavors. The Boon Farm here has some connection to Black history. Is that right?
It's very popular in the African American community. I sat with some unusual ladies many years ago, and they talked about Boon Farm. People have to remember, from here all the way across to 95 was nothing but farms. When the Great Migration started, so many people left the South from North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia. They traveled to Bucks County. They were headed to New York, but they heard about a farm, Boon Farm, that was hiring. And they settled right here in the Bristol area called today Trevose. A truck would go down to Bristol, pick them up, bring them up here, and they would work the farm and get regular wages, which is something they didn't get in the South. And they would raise their children and had a better life, a safe life, right here in Bucks County.
Wow, that's really great. And really just makes the tie to the museum and the Boon Farm that much more significant. So Linda, Bucks County has some strong ties to the Underground Railroad. Is that correct?
That is so correct. Most importantly, the churches, the AME churches in Bucks County, believe it or not, was a source of the Underground Railroad right here. Some of those churches most people are familiar with. Bethel AME Church, Ben Salem AME Church in Ben Salem, and let us not forget Mount Gilead. Those are just a few.
So what would you say, Linda, would be probably the most significant part of Black history that's tied to Bucks County?
Down in Bristol, there's a statue of Harriet Tubman because there was so much going on down there. Bristol was like a New York in Bucks County. The ships would come in right there at Bristol Port, and the slaves were taken off the ship. People from the country would travel down to Bristol, and they would purchase different items that they might need, and they would purchase slaves. So if I was to talk about the importance or significant area of Bucks County, I believe I would start at Bristol and talk about the different areas that slaves was tunneled through. And let's not forget the Quakers. There are so many houses right there on Ratcliffe Street that have the Underground Railroad that saved so many of African Americans.
I really want to thank you for taking the time today to have this conversation here, especially right here on the property of the Boon Farm. We're actually giving everybody a preview of what it's going to see before the finished product. But before we close here, I'd just like to ask you what Black History Month means to you and the folks at the African American Museum, and what the museum is doing in observance of Black History Month this year.
I like to say African American history is American history. And Black History Month gives us the opportunity to share the rich history of Bucks County. As you know, the pandemic has changed everything. So we are now working on Zoom calls and we are showing movies of history that will enlighten so many people that know so little about African American history.
Once again, just thank you for taking the time to have this interview here today. And we here at Bucks County are here for you and the folks at the African American Museum, and we're looking forward to the day we can cut the ribbon on this project.
Thank you for believing in us and believing in the dream that was an impossible dream that Bucks County has made come true. Thank you and all of those who have participated in helping us get this beautiful building.